Hello and welcome to ABS News. We begin our stories from Victoria, where 2 years ago the Cameroon government embarked on a task of hosting the African Nations Cup tournament. Among the chosen cities was Victoria, which began preparations for the competition by constructing infrastructure to ensure a smooth tournament. Alongside the city's development plans, a modern football stadium was built along the road, leading to a national oil refinery, or known as Sonara. The road also paved a tarred and created a promising pathway for visitors and locals alike. However, the current state of the road is far from satisfactory, leaving residents disappointed and frustrated. Take a look.
This 1 year now, look the road. When I see road, now in that, now for Limbe. Now they call and say Victoria. People they don't know that Victoria. Now for Limbe. When I see the road, see road where they go for that new fee. See the road. They need to tell now. CRTV get to come here. Radio station get to come here. Can't check the road. Bad way, bad place. See country where they take over main road. Bad. Very wicked people, them animal. See road they make a sit down. How many minister of this one bribe? See road where they make them. See how the road they. Now you never reach 1 year now. Look the road. When I see road, now in that, now for Limbe. Now they call and say Victoria. People they don't know that Victoria. Now for Limbe. When I see the road, see road where they go for that new fee. See the road, they need to tell now. CRTV get to come here. Radio station get to come here, can't check the road. Bad way, bad place. See country where they take over main road. Bad. Very wicked people, them animal. See road they make a sit down. How many
Images that have emerged depict a road in disarray and a clear indication of the poor quality of work by contractors. Unless the Cameroonian government wants taxpayers to believe the subpar work is what they paid for. Upon closer inspection, the pothole ridden and the asphalt is used significant. Adding to the concern is a lack of culture of road maintenance in the country. As the road continues to deteriorate and left unattended, it can vanish completely. Regrettably, the issue is not unique to Victoria, and the following footage showcases the state and Nkabe, which connect Mbunda, and the passability of the roads.
Joseph, over the Gamala. Morza, do you got Morza Drama? What? I better is the origin. Basana, Wake Maurice Biaba for door, Morsa, Arizona, Maurice, Sababa, Maurice, Joseph, over the Gamala. Morza, do you got Morza Drama? What? I better is the origin. Basana, bana wa ke Maurice biya ba fa do Maurice arize la Maurice Sababa Maurice Musa Joseph.
Unfortunately, no one seems to be taking action to address the problem. Consequently, local residents endure increased transportation costs and prolonged travel times to reach their destinations. To Bambuda to Boya to Memdu, and the story remains the same, with there simply are no roads. In the southern zone, the Kumbamda Titi Road has been under construction indefinitely. Only a few months ago, the population was informed, dashing the hopes of people that are now once again left to navigate through muddy paths. The narrative is mirrored in other towns. The government claims to be carrying out reconstruction efforts. However, whether or not these promises will materialize remains to be seen. And now to Kumba, where on Monday, employees of the city council staged a protest, refusing to resume work until they were paid their outstanding salaries for the past 9 months. The workers displayed place cards where messages such as "no money" and "no work," alongside with "our children need to go to school," as they blocked the entrance to the council premises. "Landlords are chasing us out of their houses," read one of the messages that inundated the city council building gate. Workers at Kumba 3 Council have also been agitated lately and threatening to go on strike with over 15 months of unpaid salaries. One of them alleged that the Kumba 3 mayor is deliberately withholding their salaries. Money has come from Uganda to clear the number of months owed, but our mayor and the treasurer are sitting on the money. Landlords giving eviction notices to staff occupying their houses. Children need to go to school, and the workers said. Municipal councils in Kumba and other parts of Ambazonia have been struggling to stay afloat due to the ongoing armed conflict that has crumbled their revenue. It is currently unknown whether or not the sources, it's currently unknown whether the sources are going to be staying in the workers have received, their payments, or if they have returned to work. At this time, ABS has not been updated on the situation.
Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level.
In Indian County now, Pamol plantation was attacked by unidentified gunmen, resulting in the deaths of at least 4 persons. The incident occurred on September 17th. Prior to the attack, a commander with the Restoration Fighters had posted a warning on social media instructing Pamol workers to immediately leave the estate. The victims were identified by Pamol as Foyne Ernest, a mechanic, his son Foyne Marcel, Tia Rita, and Sakwi Olga, who were respectively the wives of a Lobi mill worker and a retired research employee. The motive behind the killings remains unknown, according to Pamol's statement. The management of Pamol expressed condolences and urged the remaining workforce to stay strong. They also promised to enhance security and measures to maintain law and order in the area. Now, the Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso established the Sahel Security Alliance story. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have signed a mutual defense and security alliance to help each other against possible threats of internal armed rebellion or external aggression. The Alliance of Sahel States, as it is called, was signed last Saturday. It binds the signatories to assist one another, including military, in the event of an attack on any one of them. Any attack on the sovereignty and territorial integrity of one or more contracted parties will be considered an aggression against the other parties. It also says it binds the three countries to work to prevent or settle armed rebellions. I have today signed with the heads of state of Burkina Faso and Niger the Liptako-Gourma charter establishing the Alliance of Sahel States, with the aim of establishing a collective defense and mutual assistance framework, Mali military leader Assimi Goïta said on his X social media account.
Les parties contractantes œuvreront en outre à la prévention. Article 1er.
Article 1 by the present charter, known as the Liptako-Gourma Charter. The contracting parties establish among themselves the Alliance of Sahel States. Abbreviated to Article 2, the purpose of the charter is to establish an architecture of collective defense and mutual assistance for the contracting parties.
Aux parties contractantes.
The Liptako-Gourma region, where the Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger borders meet, has been ravaged by armed rebellion in recent years. This alliance will be a combination of military and economic efforts between the three countries. Mali's defense minister Abdoulaye Diop told journalists in Bamako, the capital of Mali, all three states were members of the France-supported G5 Sahel Alliance Joint Force, with Chad and Mauritania launched in 2017 to tackle armed groups linked to Al-Qaeda and ISIS groups. They have undergone coups since 2020. Most recently, Niger, where soldiers in July overthrew President Mohamed Bazoum, who cooperated with the West in the fight against Sahel-based armed groups. Now to Libya. Now, the protests have erupted in the eastern Libyan city of Derna, with locals demanding the removal of those in power a week just after torrential rains caused two dams to collapse, sweeping whole neighborhoods into the Mediterranean Sea and killing thousands. Demonstrators vented their anger at officials, including the Speaker of the eastern-based Libyan parliament. Videos circulating on social media showed protesters climbing onto the golden dome of the Sahaba Mosque, a Derna landmark, chanting anti-government slogans and singing, "Oh, my homeland. We will stay here until the pain goes away." This after a week on from the catastrophic flooding And as the immediate search for survivors begins to wind down, the citizens of Derna are confronting fresh horrors, from outbreaks of waterborne diseases to landmines displaced by the rains. Monday's protests marked the first large demonstration since the flood, as citizens attempted to hold leaders across the divided country accountable for the bursting of the dams that some feel could have been avoided. The full scale of the disaster is not yet clear, with thousands of people still missing. While officials have given hugely different death tolls, the United Nations have confirmed at least 3,985 deaths. Later in the evening, protesters set fire to the house of the man who was Derna's mayor at the time of the flood. The outpourings of anger may swell beyond Derna. Some protesters outside of the Sahel Mosque called on the people of Benghazi, Libya's second largest city, to come out and join the protest. Much of the anger was directed toward Saleh, Speaker of the eastern-based Libyan parliament, after he attempted to deflect blame for the disaster from authorities who oversaw the city's infrastructure. The disaster that struck the county is a natural one. It is in God's hand, Saleh told the parliamentary session on Thursday night, urging Libyans not to exchange accusations over who is responsible for it.
Target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com. ABS.
And now on to the United Nations, where U.S. President Joe Biden and Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky took their case for supporting Ukraine to the United Nations General Assembly on Tuesday, with Biden claiming Moscow believes the world will grow weary of the war and allow Russian forces to brutalize Ukraine without consequence. Biden said that if Moscow is allowed to win in Ukraine, no country would be safe from naked aggression. Russia alone bears responsibility for this war, Biden said. Russia alone stands in the way of peace because Russia's price for peace is Ukraine's capitulation, Ukraine's territory, and Ukraine's children, he added. Biden spoke hours before Zelensky made his case, accusing Russia and President Vladimir Putin of not only using the threat for nuclear war to get their way, but also weaponizing food, energy, and the force of deportation of children. While Russia is pushing the world to the final war, Ukraine is doing everything to ensure that after Russian aggression, no one in the world will dare to attack any nation. Zelensky said in concluding his address of nearly 15 minutes, "Weaponizing must be restrained. War crimes must be punished, deported people must come back home, and the occupier must return to their own land." Zelensky said earlier that he doesn't believe Russia should remain a member of the global body, giving its audacious and bloody invasion of his country. Sean McFate, a professor at Syracuse University and senior fellow at the nonpartisan Atlantic Council think tank, said the UN mission of preventing and ending wars has become a punchline. He cited struggles in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Zaire, and Somalia, and genocides in Rwanda, Darfur, and Iraq. And now I take you back to Amazonia, where last week the Amazonia restoration fighters issued a shutdown order for 9 mass transport agencies. This led to other unaffected agencies voluntarily shutting down their operations in a show of solidarity with those
ABS can help you
affected.
reach your target audience like never
Although
before.
the interim government
Advertising
did not
on
endorse
ABS,
the ban
you'll
and
benefit
remain-
from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricatv@gmail.com.
And now I take you back to Amazonia, where last week the Amazonia restoration fighters issued a shutdown order for 9 mass transport agencies. This led to other unaffected agencies voluntarily shutting down their operations in a show of solidarity with those affected. Although the interim government did not endorse the ban and remains firmly opposed to it. Our Chris News says something is worth learning from the solidarity demonstrated by those transport agencies. Here are Chris's talking points.
Thank you, Stephanie. Last week, Amazonia fighters made a bold decision to ban certain transport agencies plying mostly Bamenda. In solidarity, the rest, not affected by the ban, grounded operations, making it impossible for anyone to travel out of the city. The interim government did not support this measure or ban, and still does not support it due to its potential to inflict pain and suffering on the people. But there are valuable lessons that Ground Zero can learn from this incident. One such lesson is the principle of solidarity, as demonstrated by the transport agency's mantra. You attack one, you have attacked all. The transport agency's decision to stand in solidarity and to shut down operations for a day in Bamenda highlight the power of unity. By adopting the principle that an attack on one is an attack on all, they not only sent a clear message to their adversaries, but to our Ground Zero traders, that when one business is shut down by La République du Cameroon, all others should shut down in solidarity too. The principle of solidarity is a crucial aspect of any liberation movement. Ground Zero traders, the buy and sellers, the truck pushers and Okada riders must embrace this spirit of solidarity and recognize that their common goal of achieving independence should always take precedence over individual interests. By standing together in solidarity, they amplify their voices, exert greater pressure on the oppressor, the colonizer, and they create a sense of resilience that is vital to the success of the crusade for independence. There are no trains in Bamenda and no flights too. These transport agencies are the only means by which our people can travel. Our people should not have to travel to Mbunda or Bafusa to pay the same fare they would pay from Bamenda to get to Boya or Victoria or Kumba. And in the same vein, people should not have to leave Boya, Victoria or Kumba to drive to Douala to board a bus for Bamenda. It is not necessary, for as long as this doesn't affect the colonizers, the ban doesn't affect the colonizers and their citizens in Yaoundé, they don't care how much our people suffer. These are some of the reasons why the interim government expressed disapproval about the ban of these transport agencies. We must learn from the collaboration displayed by the transport agencies, however, the willingness and readiness of those other agencies not included in the ban to fraternize by shutting down operations in solidarity with those that were banned is worth a learning lesson. The crusade for independence is not an easy path, and sacrifices will inevitably be made. However, it is crucial to remember that resilience is built on the belief that the challenges faced are surmountable. Ambazonians must be prepared to weather the storms, confront adversity, and maintain their resolve in the face of setbacks. It is crucial to differentiate between actions necessitated by the struggle for independence and those that unintentionally harm the very people being fought for. We are of the opinion that every action taken in the fight for independence should always be centered around the well-being and interests of the people we fight for. It is crucial, therefore, to find a balance between taking bold actions to advance the cause and minimizing the negative impact on innocent civilians. By striving for this balance, we will strengthen our legitimacy and gain the support of a broader spectrum of society. We must always consider the impact of our actions on the people we are fighting for. While bold actions may be necessary, it is essential to minimize harm to innocent civilians. By prioritizing the well-being and interests of the people, we gain their support and strengthen their resolve. The transport agency's incident also highlights the importance of consultations and strategic planning. Strategic planning and consultation allow for a more balanced approach that minimizes unintended negative consequences. Unity, resilience, empathy, strategic planning, and effective communication are all essential elements of a successful liberation movement. By embracing these principles, ladies and gentlemen, Ambazonians can create a stronger, more cohesive movement that is capable of withstanding challenges, rallying support, and advancing the cause of independence. Back to you, Stephanie.
And thank you, Chris. We like to leave you with this heartwarming and inspiring story of a 10-year-old. Now, will you fly a plane with a 10-year-old as a co-pilot? Graham Shima is no ordinary kid. The Ugandan teen star has already flown real aircraft as a co-pilot. What started as a simple childhood admiration for toy planes led the young captain to flying school and even attracting the attention of Tesla boss Elon Musk. He has become a sensation in both Uganda and on social media. Take a moment to watch and listen to him speak.
Hello, my name is Graham Shima. I'm 10 years old. I'm the youngest pilot in the world and the founder of aviation and space magazine for kids. I like being in the air. It just feels like I'm on 19 bar. This is something that the beautiful news. I just went to YouTube and searched how airplanes work. Everything was in one video. Then I searched them separately, and yeah. The hardest I would say is the cockpit. You know, the cockpit is one place, so it was very hard to learn because I'd say you need to know this, that, how it lands, how it takes off, all of that. The easy parts were the outside of the plane, the rats, APU, the wings, the rudders, the elevators. The first time, it was quite scary because that time I was still 6. They couldn't let me touch the controls because they know I was a little, not a little playful, but a little playful. So now I'm serious.
I've flown with many kids who are excited about flying, but none who is as intentional as he has been or he is. He wants it. He knows what he's into. He knows what he's coming for. The rest are coming for a joyride, And he knows what he's doing. He knows the controls. He knows the flying. He knows the areas. He knows when he's making a turn.
I would say dream big and you can make it. So don't turn yourself down. If you turn yourself down, it's actually affecting you, not anyone else but you. Dear parents, believe in your children. Never put them down. Never say you can't do this. Never say that you're a girl, that you can't do this, you can't make it, you can't be a pilot. But you need to support your children, not put them down. I would like to be the first Ugandan to go in space and touch the moon.
Some inspiring words from a great 10-year-old pilot. And that's going to do it for us here today. We thank you so much for choosing ABS News. We hope you have yourself a great day.